Chairman, members of the Chautauqua County Legislature, department heads, and county residents. Welcome to the 2026 Chautauqua County Executive Tentative Budget Presentation. As I begin this presentation tonight, I would like to first take a moment to thank my staff for their hard work and dedication. I would also like to thank our Budget Director, Jennifer Swan, Finance Director, Kitty Crow, our department heads, and the many fiscal supervisors throughout Chautauqua County who are all instrumental in planning, preparing, and organizing our 2026 budget. Our goal for this budget was to achieve a structurally balanced spending plan, keep the tax levy at or below the state cap, and preserve Chautauqua County's strong financial position by responsibly utilizing the general fund balance. We will continue to maintain reserves between 5 and 15% of county appropriations as outlined in our financial management plan, while also sustaining and in many cases improving the services our county residents have relied on. In order to achieve these goals, we had to continue our record of creating fiscally conservative budgets that serve the best interest of each and every resident. Now, the challenges we faced were creating this 2026 budget were rising unfunded mandate costs, inflation rates of an astounding 3.4% that's far surpassed the 2% tax cap limit, and for the first time since 2021, we no longer had the use of American Rescue Plan Act funds. Now, please keep in mind that we never used the ARPA funds to balance the budget. Rather, those funds were used for capital investments across county departments and agencies. In order to address these challenges and make all of our targets and goals, we had to do more with less. Our 2026 budget reflects my vision and strategy for Chautauqua County. We remain committed to delivering the highest level of services and programs for our residents. We will stay under the state tax cap, preserve our strong financial standing, and continue to encourage steady growth for our economy. Despite the challenges, this budget ensures we not only meet, but we exceed our expectations. For 2026, I am proposing a $309.7 million budget, including our enterprise funds and excluding our internal service funds and municipal sales tax. Key investments include 49% in human services, 22% in public facilities, including our water and sewer districts, 19% in public safety, 9% in administrative services, and 2% in planning and economic development. Each one of these investments underscores our commitment to essential services. So where does the revenue for this 2026 budget come from, you might ask? Well, as shown in the graph in front of you, Chautauqua County's total 2026 governmental fund budget is $309.7 million. Of this total, 23% comes from property taxes, 19% from state aid, 18% from state sales tax, 14% from designated revenues, 13% from federal aid, and yes, only 1% from our fund balance. My administration looks beyond property taxes to increase fund county services. Rather, we rely on alternative revenues such as grant funding, increased sales and occupancy tax, and other smart budgeting strategies that strengthen our ability to serve residents without adding a financial burden. A significant portion of Chautauqua County's budget is beyond our control. Unlike other local governments, counties in New York are required by law to administer more than 40 state-defined programs using your local tax dollars. This leaves limited flexibility, yet Chautauqua County continues to deliver essential services, invest on our infrastructure and communities, and all of this without overburdening our residents. Now, some of the largest state-imposed mandates on the county include Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, or TANF, Safety Net, Medicaid, Early Intervention, Pre-K Special Education, mandated medical services for incarcerated individuals. The name is almost as big as the budget. Probation, youth detention, child welfare, and of course, pensions. Unfunded mandates will collectively cost Chautauqua County more than $93.2 million in 2026. The safety net increase of $1.17 million this year alone. This single unfunded mandate increase is 65% of the increase to our 2026 tax levy. One increase, 65% of the total increase in our tax levy. Thankfully, our state representative, Senator George Borrello, and Assemblyman Andrew Molitor recognize these crippling mandates and continually advocate for Chautauqua County and its residents each and every day they are in Albany. My administration looks to save wherever possible, focusing on efficiency so county employees can dedicate more time to the essential tasks we ask them to do and to better serve our communities. We have limited new FTE to only those that are grant funded, budget neutral, or critically necessary for the function of each department. For 2026, the only new unfunded FTE is a state-mandated position in the probation department. We also strategically use state and federal funding to offset local share expenses, ensuring taxpayer dollars are maximized. So how will our residents benefit from this budget? In 2026, we are committed to maintaining and improving the infrastructure and services that directly impact our residents' daily lives. This includes treating and maintaining more than 660 miles of county highways, along with 6 culvert and bridge rehabilitation projects, 2 complete bridge replacements, and 2 complete culvert replacements. In total, we will invest more than $13 million in capital projects through our Department of Public Facilities. Other capital projects that we are critically investing in to strengthen our communities include $2 million in upgrades at Jamestown Community College, $350,000 for economic development featuring greenfield developments. These includes nearing completion of our Ripley shovel-ready site, the completion of the shovel-ready site in the Mason Industrial Park, and the further exploration of shovel-ready sites within Chautauqua County. Over $3 million will be used to enhance public safety through the Sheriff's Office and the Department of Emergency Services. And most importantly, not only will we maintain the same high level of service as we did in 2025, but we will expand our county fly car program to deliver faster, critical emergency medical care to residents in southern Chautauqua County, particularly in the Clymer and Sherman areas. For the 2026, the county tax levy is allowed to increase $1.7 million, or 2%. The tax cap set by the state of New York determines the maximum amount of taxes we can assess. It's calculated based on several factors and is limited to the lesser of 2% or the rate of inflation. Chautauqua County continues to see a positive trend in the real estate market despite what we see in the media, resulting in an overall assessed value of properties to the tune of $12.15 billion, an increase of 11.2%. Now, because property valuations grew more than the tax levy, the overall rate has decreased. This growth reflects both reassessments and continued strength of properties selling well beyond their assessed values, driving up overall valuations across the county. This is a clear sign that our efforts are succeeding. People are investing and returning to Chautauqua County. In essence, we're doing something right here in Chautauqua County, and we're going to keep doing it. In my 2026 budget, I am proposing and proud to administer a tax rate of $6.17 per thousand, 54 cents below last year's rate. This is my 6th budget as county executive, and the 6th year I am proposing a decrease in the rate. Not to mention, this is also the 5th consecutive year Chautauqua County has been at or below the state-mandated tax cap. As shown in the graph in front, when I took office in 2020, the tax rate was $8.46. And I'm proud to announce, since my time in office, the tax rate has been reduced by $2.29. I'm also proposing a tax levy increase of $1.7 million. Although this will be met with sharp criticism, the 2026 proposed levy is yet again under the New York State tax cap. Now, while we do see an increase of 2%, this is well below the rate of inflation of 3.4%. The last few years, I've been proud to announce that the 2024 rate was the lowest we've seen since 1982. Well, I stand before you tonight to tell you we did it better. For 2026, our rate was below that of 2024, but we're still looking for that year of 1981. Hopefully, we'll soon be able to beat it. Since I became county executive, I maintain a modest fund balance under sharp criticism from those who feel we should use our fund balance to provide a one-time reduction to the tax levy. This year, we asked our department heads to dig deep, sharpen your pencils, and come back with a local share increase half of what they originally proposed. Each and every one of them came through. These reductions continue to ensure our long-term financial stability for Chautauqua County. Under my administration, we rejected political theater and responsibly adhered to our financial management plan to only utilize our fund balance for one-time not recurring expenses. This ensures that our budgets are structurally balanced and safeguards Chautauqua County's long-term financial position. As you can see in the graph, we project to maintain a fund balance of 11.5%. Since 2020, our fund balance has been benefited from several one-time unexpected revenues, including additional Medicaid assistance, property tax foreclosure auctions, interest and penalty income, prior year tribal compact settlements, released Medicaid settlements and expense accruals, as well as IDA bond proceeds. Together, these sources have added approximately $17.5 million to the county's fund balance. While we previously saw double-digit increases, I can tell you, friends, over the last 2 years, we have made modest contributions, to say the least, making this more important than ever to protect our fund balance. In doing so, it maintains our essential services and our financial strength, ensuring a stable and prosperous future for each and every resident. Since taking office in 2020, inflation has increased dramatically. We see it each and every day. My administration has worked diligently to keep the levy below the rate of inflation. In this graph, the blue line represents our actual property tax levy, and the red line represents our levy if it would have increased with the rate of inflation. In 2026, our proposed levy is $74.9 million. Now, if our budget had matched to increase to the rate of inflation, our levy would have been an astounding $84.9 million, an increase of $9.9 million. If we had increased the rate of inflation throughout my budget since 2020, we would have collected an astounding $42 million extra in property taxes. This demonstrates our commitment to delivering essential services, using taxpayer dollars wisely, and not overtaxing our residents. To put this into perspective, the extra $9.9 million is more than double what we're spending in Chautauqua County for our Department of Planning and Economic Development. And the $42 million we talked about since 2020 is about $10 million more than we will spend on the entire sheriff's budget. So what does this mean for our county taxpayers? For the past 5 years, we have continued to do more with less. And 2026 isn't any different. Even as the value of the dollar has declined since 2020, we keep providing the same, and in many cases, enhancing the levels of essential services without overburdening our residents. Through smart budgeting, targeted efficiencies, and responsible use of our fund balance, we are building on a record of strong leadership and fiscal responsibility, ensuring a resilient and prosperous future for all those who call Chautauqua County home. For the fiscal year 2026, we're budgeting $2.39 million in anticipated occupancy tax receipts. Our strategy for the occupancy tax use is to set our budget equal to the last full year's actual receipts. After administration costs, 40% of the budgets collected will go to our lakes and waterways, and 60% will go to the promotion of travel and tourism. As shown in the graph, our occupancy tax receipts continue to show steady growth, and our investments in our lakes and tourism initiatives will continue to benefit our local economy and improve the quality of life for our residents and those who visit. In 2025, we allocated occupancy tax funds to support several major projects and festivals right here in Chautauqua County. Such festivals as the Fredonia Farm Festival, the Grape and Wine Festival in Westfield, Rock the Lake in Lakewood, Silver Creek Festival of Grapes, and the Chautauqua County History Expo. Additionally, we've invested in vital initiatives like the Chautauqua Lake Symposium and direct funding to support in-lake maintenance and weed harvesting. Our investments in healthy lakes and vibrant tourism not only boost our economy and occupancy tax receipts, but it also enriches the communities, creating lasting benefits for our county. Now, sales tax receipts in 2025 and our projections for 2026 continues, as shown in the graph, to see steady growth. Rather than inflating our sales tax projections like often happens in budgetary processes, we've taken a realistic approach. We reduced spending. We relied on data from the New York State Comptroller's Office that ensures fiscal stability and minimizes the risk of budget shortfalls. Any sales tax surpluses are returned to our fund balance to provide the flexibility to cover those one-time expenses without raising property taxes, while also maintaining a strong financial position. Chautauqua County shares a considerable portion of our sales tax revenue with our local municipalities. In 2026, we have budgeted to collect over $98 million in sales tax revenue. The county share of that sales tax revenue will be $57.9 million. And we will expect to share more than $40.6 million, which is 41.25% of our collected sales tax with our local municipalities. This includes an estimated $4 million to the city of Dunkirk, $9.1 million to the city of Jamestown, $2.3 million to the village of Fredonia, and the remaining monies will be divided between our remaining towns and villages. The sales tax revenue shared with our local municipalities is a vital source of funding for our towns, villages, and cities. Sales tax, unlike property tax, is not only collected from residents, but also it's collected from visitors and those who travel through our county. This reduces the burden on our local homeowners. Our revenue sharing contributes to lowering the housing costs in Chautauqua County and helps maintain our county as the 7th most affordable place to live out of the 62 counties in the state of New York, and the only county with a population in excess of 100,000 to be in the top 20. Now, not every county shares their New York State sales tax revenues with local municipalities. In fact, there are 12 counties that do not share any of their sales tax revenues. Now, not only does Chautauqua County share our sales tax revenues, there are very few counties that share a higher percentage of revenues than we do. According to the Office of the State Comptroller, based on the most recent data, of the 62 counties in the state of New York, there are only 9 counties that share a higher percentage of their sales tax receipts with their local municipalities. So for a minute, let's take time. Everyone loves to compare us with Erie County. Well, according to the Office of State Comptroller for the fiscal year ending in 2024, Erie County collected $1.06 billion, with a B, in sales tax revenue and shared 40% of that with their local municipalities. Likewise, Chautauqua County collected a mere $94.85 million and shared 40% of our revenues with our municipalities. And as I've already said, in 2026, we project to share 41.25% of our collected sales tax revenues with the local municipalities, which is even more than Erie County shared last year, although we collect less than 1/10 of their sales tax revenues. I'm excited to announce in 2026, I'm proposing, separate from the tentative budget, to utilize $500,000 of our fund balance to be used as a government efficiency fund that will support local municipalities in mergers, consolidations, dissolution, shared services, and many other opportunities that provide. The goal is to reduce redundancies, streamline operation, and eliminate duplicate efforts, ultimately leading to significant cost savings. This approach enables municipalities to use resources more efficiently, benefiting taxpayers through lower taxes or enhanced services. Our towns, villages, and cities, just like the county, have very tight budgets with limited discretionary funding. My proposed government efficiency fund will help remove the financial burdens from our local municipalities to explore and expand shared services, mergers, consolidations, dissolutions, and other agreements, and provide them with the upfront funding they may not have available within their own budgets. Now, we always have to respect home rule, and this is essential, that any proposed mergers or consolidations or dissolutions must be initiated voluntarily by the municipalities involved. Now, we can support these processes by offering incentives and assistance to encourage collaboration without mandating. By fostering open communication and working closely with local leaders, we can ensure these initiatives are implemented effectively and with a broad community support. This investment will help lower our long-term property taxes for county residents, and I encourage all of our local municipalities to utilize this resource. The current law allows municipalities to receive up to $50,000 of local funding, which is a reimbursement after the project's completion. My proposal is to amend the local law and increase the allowance for municipalities to go to $100,000 rather than the current $50,000 for those upfront costs. So as we reflect on 2025, I want to thank the members of the Chautauqua County Legislature who supported my 2025 budget that preserved our strong financial position while providing improved services for our residents, all without overtaxing or overburdening our communities. Together, we demonstrated that smart, responsible leadership can achieve remarkable results. Since the first county executive took office in 1975, no county administration has lowered taxes as much as we have in the last 5 years. So tonight, I stand before you not just to present a budget, but to reaffirm a promise that no matter the mandates, no matter the inflation, no matter the obstacles handed down, Chautauqua County will not retreat. We will not lower our standards. We will not sacrifice our future for short-term fixes or political theater. We will lead, because leadership is not measured in rhetoric, but in results. And the results are undeniable. Lower tax rates, stronger reserves, smarter spending, and better services, all achieved while working together. Together, we can go further. Let this budget serve as a declaration. Chautauqua County is not just holding the line, we're advancing the line. We're investing boldly, managing wisely, and building a government that works for the people, not against them. A government that believes every tax dollar should deliver value. Every challenge is an opportunity, and every resident deserves a county that works as hard for them as they do for us. From Sherman to Silver Creek, from Jamestown to Dunkirk, we are rising. And as long as I have the honor to serve as your county executive, we will rise together. God bless the United States of America. God bless Chautauqua County. And thank you for your time.